Roy, he's the spitting image of his father if ever a colt was. I'll write again soon. Love, Stormy.
Dear Roy, 1 whole year has passed since Trigger left his son here to stay with us. And today he's celebrating his first birthday. Roy, he's grown like a weed, and I wish you were here to see him. He and Peppy have developed a beautiful friendship, and now he doesn't even mind that blue ribbon that she insists he wear. At first he thought it was too sissified for a son of Trigger's. Just now he pulled an old trick of Trigger's, and we decided there was only one thing we should call him. I'm sure you'll approve when you know what his name is. Trigger Jr. As for Trigger himself, Sparrow has seen him several times in the last year, running with the herd. He's gone back to the wild, Roy. No one can get near him. The herd spends most of its time below the border, but occasionally they come back on this side. There's only one boss in the herd. Naturally, it's Trigger.
Dear Roy, time sure passes quick. Just think, another whole year's passed since Peppy tied that ribbon on Trigger Jr. Gosh, how he's grown in that 1 year, Roy. He's a full-grown horse now, and knows almost as many tricks as his old man. Stormy taught him to march. Peppy taught him to rumble. And he taught himself to bow. Boy, oh boy, he's some horse, Roy, and I know you'll approve of it. Well, this is the last letter we'll be writing to you because we're all looking forward to seeing you in a few days when you get back here to await your parole in Oro City. Everyone sends their regards. Sparrow.
Well, glad to have you back, Roy. It's been a long time. I haven't had a decent game of checkers since you left.
Glad to be back, Sheriff.
You know, to this day, I can't figure out why Ben bought Trigger for all that money, and when the horse got away, he didn't even try to catch him.
That's only one of the things around here that doesn't make sense.
From what Stormy and the boys can find out, Ben never had more than $5 at one time in his life.
Does he still hang around Middleton's hotel?
As far as I know. Say, maybe Middleton put up the money. Why, he's in the hotel business.
Your move.
Yeah, I know, Roy, but where to?
This is your evening news roundup of bulletins from the Southwest. Last night, federal law enforcement officers made a complete search of every car on the border road near Oro City in a series of unexpected roadblocks. It is rumored they were checking on smugglers.
I can't concentrate with that thing going on.
What are the federal men doing around here?
Mostly driving me crazy. They claim for the last couple of months there's been a leak at the border. They figure it's somewhere in this section. We've watched every road and pass for 24 hours a day and can't find a thing.
What kind of a leak?
Diamonds. They claim they're flooding the north with smuggled diamonds. Say, that's a pretty smart play, Roy.
Sheriff, I've got an idea for a smarter one.
Let me have it.
I'm glad to say, Middleton, your credit with us is excellent. That ought to take care of all your expenses for the next shipment. We'll pay you the rest when we get the stones.
Everything's well organized. The herd of wild horses is below the border. After going back and forth so many times the last couple of years, don't worry. They're ready and waiting.
So are the diamonds.
It's all right. It's just one of my boys.
Well, thanks very much for your order, Mr. Middleton. Anytime you need any more hotel supplies, just let me know.
I put a door on this office for privacy. Can't you see I was transacting important business?
Rogers is out of jail.
It's impossible. He's still got 2 months.
They were playing checkers. He slugged the sheriff and took off.
That means he'll be looking for that horse of his. Right now, we've got another shipment ready to come north. We better make up our own posse and give the sheriff a hand. Good evening, Sheriff.
It's a bad evening. Did you hear Rogers slugged me and got away?
Yeah, we sure did.
I want to form a posse and pick him up before he gets away from this part of the country.
Well, I think we could find enough law-abiding volunteers right here in the bar. You men heard what the sheriff said. A lot of you were friends of Ed Hart. It's your chance to square things. I'll even furnish the guns. Pass them out, Spud. Any idea which way Rogers headed?
Chances are he picked up those frenzies at the Circle B and headed for the border.
All right.
Hi, fella. Say, you must be Trigger Jr. You know, your daddy was my best friend. He never told me about you, though. Guess he didn't have a chance. How about a kiss? I hope the folks in there are as friendly toward me as you are. I'm gonna need a lot of help.
Hey, I hear music.
Dreaming alone in the moonlight when night falls on the prairie. Coyotes from afar see a fallen star. Night on the prairie, singing alone in the moonlight, the sage of silver shadows. While I'm humming low in my campfire glow, dreaming of you. Just Trigger and me, riding all day, riding the trail to nowhere. Ever alone, never a home. And when the long, long day is done, I'm dreaming alone in the moonlight. When night falls on the prairie, but my thoughts will stray ever far away, dreaming of you.
A solas voy, no sé qué hacer.
Sin rumbo voy, ¿qué importa?
Solo estoy sin mi querer.
And when the long, long day is done, I'm dreaming alone in the moonlight. When night falls on the prairie, but my thoughts will stray ever far away, dreaming of you.
You know, I'd like to thank all of you for standing by me. And Stormy, you did a swell job raising this little fella. He's a dandy. Only one better.
All right, get your hands up. Don't make a move, Rogers, because you're covered. You're coming back with me, and this time it's going to be for 10 years.
Stormy, I'm glad your father isn't alive today. Why, he'd be ashamed to see his daughter aiding a fugitive and a murderer.
That's my business.
If it happens again, it'll be my business. I'm surprised you thought you could get away with this. I'll get that horse saddled up. We're heading back for jail.
Sheriff!
I'm sorry, Stormy, but you saw what happened.
It's a plain case of self-defense. We all saw him draw on you.
How is he? We'll get a buckboard and take him back to town. Well, that just about does it, Jeff. I want to thank you again for getting me this posse and taking care of this criminal.
As a pleasure, Sheriff. I only did what any law-abiding citizen would have done.
Well, I won't need you with a posse any longer. You can all go back to town. And thanks.
Have they gone yet?
Yes, Roy.
Boy, you and the boys follow them. Keep a lookout. And warn us if they start to come back.
All right. Doing all right, Roy? I think I'll live.
How about a cup of coffee, Sheriff?
Fine. Gee, Roy, you made that fall so real, I was afraid I forgot to put in the blanks.
I'm sure glad you didn't forget.
I still think I ought to have my head examined. If this little scheme of yours doesn't work out, I'm going to look awful silly.
Well, you said this morning you didn't know why Middleton spent so much money for Trigger, then turned him loose. This is why. That herd of wild horses can run on either side of the border without causing any excitement. Sometimes they're south, and sometimes they're north. But right now they're south.
That's right, Sheriff. We checked on them, and they were headed that way a week ago.
Have you made arrangements with the Mexican authorities?
Mm-hmm. They'll do their part before the herd leaves. I've told them everything we know. All right, we get the horses. Where are the diamonds and saddlebags?
I'm not sure, but they're on them someplace.
You know, Roy, after we'll talk in jail this morning, I'm really convinced that the brains of this organization is right on this side of the border.
I thought you'd see it that way. That's where Stormy comes in, if it's a deal.
I mean, it's so deep now, it's a deal.
Send them up, Spud. The drinks are on the house.
Okay.
Take the men down the border before morning. You can pick up the herd at Los Alamos Gap.
What time do you figure the horses will be coming through?
Well, they'll be turning them loose at dawn. Ought to take them a couple of hours to get there. Now, this is a big shipment, so be careful.
Okay, Jeff. I'll get the boys going as soon as they've had a couple of shots. Come on, Spud. I'm thirsty.
Boss.
Mr. Middleton, I've got to talk to you.
After last night's performance, I shouldn't think you'd have anything to say.
But this is very important. It's about Roy. Is there some place we could talk in private?
Rogers, huh? Come on to my office. Now, what's this all about?
I've been thinking over what you said last night. You were right. My father would be ashamed of me for associating with criminals. So I've come to apologize and confess.
Confess? Confess what?
Everything that happened last night was just an act to make you think Roy was shot so he could escape.
But the sheriff shot him.
I know he did. I don't understand it myself. There were only blanks. After you left, Roy got up and had a talk with the sheriff.
What about?
Oh, I don't know. I couldn't hear them.
I'm glad you told me this. This time, we'll do the shooting. Thanks very much for coming by, Stormy. I'll see you later.
All right, Mr. Middleton.
Hello, operator. Give me long distance and hurry. The herd's already gone. That's great.
You want to see me, Jeff?
Yeah, just a minute. Yeah? Anything wrong? Everything. Don't leave that phone. I may need you.
Trouble?
Yeah, plenty. Rogers and that sheriff double-crossed us. I've got to get to Ben before the herd comes
How
through.
did you find out about it?
From Stormy.
How do you know she was telling the truth?
Because the way the sheriff captured Rogers was too easy. It was all a plant.
What about the shipment?
I've just got time to pick Ben up. He should have the diamonds by then, and I'll keep heading south. Stick around that phone in case anything comes up. I'll meet you down there later.
Remember, boys, only those marked with an X. Let's go.
What's the matter, Jeff? Hurry it up. Listen, I gotta pay you fellas off in diamonds, and then we gotta split up and clear out of here.
All right, great.
I give the signal?
In just a minute.
Sand.
Yeah. We've been double-crossed.
Yeah, somebody's been double-crossed, but I'm not sure who.
All of you put your hands up.
Get down, Stormy. Till the boys close in.
Here's the last one, Sheriff. Roy, you sure figured right. This just about cleans things up.
Not quite. I still have to find Trigger.
He just led the wild herd through here. He can't be very far. Roy, Trigger's been running wild. Please be careful.
Don't worry, Stormy. I will. Let's go, Junior.
someday you'll be as good a horse as he is.